What is up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Unhinged Diaries podcast. So, for today's diary entry, we're going to be talking about club culture and how it's dead, I feel like, nowadays. And we're going to be talking about a lot about the Love is Blind drama. If you have not watched Love is Blind, then don't even think. Like, click out now. This is your warning. I don't want to see any comments of like, oh my God, you're spoiling, bitch. This is your warning, okay? Because we have to talk. Like, I've been literally forcing a majority of my coworkers at work, like, please, someone watch Love is Blind so I can gossip about it. So you guys are my people and we're gonna gossip today about it, okay? Without further ado, anyone who's a continuing listener or watcher, you already know how I like to go about my podcast episodes. I like to talk about positive things or negative things that happen to me during the week because I'm tired of saying one thing. It's never one thing nowadays. So with that being said, I am going to start off with the, I guess, negative, because I feel like there really wasn't that much negative that happened to me this week. The only thing I guess you could say that was negative was I was letting go of like a lot of like my goals and my good daily habits. I was letting it all slip. I was snoozing my alarm again, and I really feel like I developed a good habit to stop doing that. So I was very upset that I started to catch myself doing that again, and I my time management was horrible. Like, I actually weighed myself today to see how far I'm going because I do like at least once a week every Tuesday. Today is Tuesday as I'm filming, of when I'll do a weigh-in to see how my progress is going with my keto diet, and I gained 2 pounds, y'all. Which, when we go into the positive of what happened to me during the week, then you guys know why I gained weight, obviously. But I'm just like, I don't even think that night played that much of a role of why I gained 2 pounds. I really feel like like literally just that week, it was just so bad. Like, I was not working out. I don't even think I worked out probably twice that week, and I was not, tracking my macros and just, eating the way that I'm supposed to. And it's not like that even broke my keto diet just that one night, but it still was just, I don't know. I was just letting my habit slip, and that really was disappointing. But also, I feel like it's become such a muscle memory kind of thing where I just show myself grace. Like, not too much grace where it's like, oh my God, like, you're gonna be fine. You can just go to the gym. Like, make excuses for yourself. Because I feel like that's what your brain does, is it will make excuses when you keep allowing a lot of things to happen. And I've learned to stop doing that while also beating myself down when I don't stay consistent with what I need to do. So I showed myself a lot of grace, like, okay, girl, like, you had a really rough week. Like, at least you woke up and ate. Like, if you didn't even eat at all and you just didn't do nothing, you just laid in bed like how I used to back then you have a reason to be upset. But you did some things. It's just the next day, add another thing that's part of your good daily habits, add that onto your list. Like, you don't have to do everything if it feels overwhelming and you just don't have the energy. Just one more thing the next day. So before you know it, like, you actually get better and better. So if I'm like, okay, I didn't clean today, so I'll make sure I clean. Or maybe I can just add 30 minutes, in the gym, and maybe I won't be able to, like, do all these other things. Like, at least I did that. So I just developed that little routine for myself whenever I fall off track with my goals. So if anyone's ever struggling with that, I feel like that's a good way to start getting back on track. And it's really hard. Like, old me, whenever I fell off track, bitch, I was off track for like a month. Like, it was bad. So at least it was a couple days. I got myself back. Today I went to the gym. I went to therapy. I I was here posting on my OF, and now I'm here filming for my podcast. So, and hopefully when I finish filming my podcast episode, I would go make a bunch of content on TikTok. So today's going to be a very productive day, and I'm trying to push myself to do more of that because I feel like I tend to procrastinate, lay on my bed, and it's like, bitch, it's 2024, okay? Like, we are not slacking this year. And if I give myself a week of grace, that's fine, but that's all I get. That's like my number one. That's all you motherfucking get, bitch. After that, you gotta get back up because we're not doing this again, okay? Because we saw how bad the depression can really get when you let yourself slip. So, that is that. I would say that's the only bad thing that happened to me this week, other than like me trying to let go of resentment towards a lot of situations and people. But like, I went to therapy today and I like talked it out with her. It was my first time seeing her in a while, and I was like, oh my God, girl, like people been testing me. The universe, God has been testing me, and I didn't study. Like, I'm like, like, it's really, really starting to frustrate me. But at the same time, I allow myself to be detached to things where it's like, okay, I'm gonna let people be who they are. Like, I don't have to internalize it and make it a big thing, you know? So I've learned to just do that. And little by little, I'll just let go of really bad and shitty situations because it's not fair me holding on to it. It doesn't serve me well. So that's that. So now on to the very positive thing that happened to me this week, which I feel like inspired today's podcast episode. And that is I went on a date with a girl. And it's so crazy because I bailed on this woman like 3 different times. And I'm like, this girl has every right to block me at this point. Like, why? I'm starting to like side eye her. Like, why haven't you blocked me? I bailed on you multiple times, like, girl, like, what is going on? But like, she's just so sweet. She's like, I get it, like, I'm busy. There was one day we were perfect, like, it was perfect for us to go hang out, but it ended up snowing really bad. And I'm like, girl, respectfully, I'm not driving that far because she lives in Philly. And I'm like, respectfully, I'm not driving that far when there's a huge snowstorm. Like, my car is going to swerve into the ocean and I'm gonna be with the fishies, and we don't need that. We don't need that. So other than that, like, every time we plan something, it just didn't fall through, or I did end up bailing on her because I'm like, girl, like, it's literally like ever since my days off changed to Fridays to Saturdays, a lot of people have been wanting to hang out with me, spend time, because I haven't really, you know, been able to for like a couple months now. So I've been trying to catch up with a lot of people. And last week, well, this past weekend, she was like, you know what? Do you want to go out and get a lot of drinks? And we'll get a couple drinks and go dancing, like go out to a club or something. And I'm like, that sounds so much fun. And I wanted to bail on her so bad. Like, I genuinely was like calling my best friend, like, girl, it's late at night. I had to do so much. I was going to the gym. I had to, you know, eat something. I had to do my makeup, do my hair. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, it's literally 9 o'clock. And Philly's not around the corner, you know, it's like an hour drive. And I'm like, it's an hour drive, then I'm gonna have to look for where she's at, and then we're gonna go to the destination that we're gonna go to, and it's just gonna be so much. And I'm like, it's gonna be so fucking late. But like, I don't want to bail on her because at this point I'm a horrible person. It'll be the 4th time I bail on her. So I'm like, I'm gonna be a horrible person if I do so. And with that, I was just like, should I? But a part of me is like, if we're going out drinking and, you know, going out to like party, that sounds fun. Like, what if I'm missing out on such a beautiful and fun experience? Because if it was like a regular like dinner date, I'm sorry, girl, I would have bailed on you again. I would have been like, you know what, you can just never make plans with me again. And you can like say that I have a reputation of bailing on you and like tarnish my reputation. That's fine, I deserve that. But like, I don't know, when it came to the idea of like going to go get drinks and like, you know, dance, I'm like, that sounds so fun. Because like a dinner date, girl, I had no energy. Like, talking about our lives and who we are, I'm like, no, like, it sounds way more fun just getting drinks and like, you know, enjoying each other's like vibe and company. So like, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go. And I went, and it was spooky because it was late at night driving in Philly. And my best friend is she's a trooper. Like, she truly is a trooper because she stayed up all like the whole entire drive to Philly. We were on FaceTime, and I was trying to find where she was at. We were on FaceTime, and then I found her and I told her, this is my surroundings, you have my location, we're good. Like, she stayed with me the entire time, and she checked up on me every hour or so just to make sure I was safe. And I'm like, you're a real one. And so did my roommate. So that was really, really nice. So there was that. And at first it really was awkward, but I feel like that's normal. Like, when you're like, just because I met this woman through a dating app. I forgot which one it was. I think it was Hinge. I don't remember, girl. Y'all know I was like, you know, on all of the dating apps. So I'm like, I don't know which one I've met you on, but I know it was one of them. And it's always going to be nerve-wracking when you like meet someone you don't even know, like, you don't have any mutuals, so it's like awkward. So it was a bit awkward at first, and I'm like, oh my god, did I make a bad decision? Like, did I drive an hour to go meet like a stranger and there's no chemistry or vibe? Like, this is gonna be so awkward. Like, I really was just like starting to second guess myself, but I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna go with the flow. I'm already here, what can I do? So we ended up going to Woody's in Philly, which is like a gay bar. And when I tell you, this is really going to correlate with like club culture, the topic of today's, you know, diary entry. It's like, I don't know if it's just me, but I live in a Carver Township, but obviously like the clubs here in the city, like, they're the ones everyone usually goes to. They suck. suck because the music is fucking hot dog water. I hate it so much. It makes you, it's a scam almost, because it's like the music is so bad that it makes you want to get as many drinks in your system as possible, so you can at least try to enjoy the vibe of what's there. And it's not that much of a vibe, girl, I'll tell you that. So when I walked into Woody's, immediately she's like, giving me a tour. Like there's like three different sections in like it was like a really big nice place. Like it was really really nice. And when she was walking me around and showing me everywhere, I'm like, I feel awkward because like as she's talking to me, I'm like, this song, I'm like, they're playing like Trey Songz Bottoms Up, like the most perfect songs for a club, like like the early 2000s, like perfect songs for like clubbing and stuff like that. They were playing it and I'm like, the music is nice here, like like Atlantic City would never. I was like, oh my gosh. And then she's like, let's get some drinks, and we drank like 3 shots of tequila. And she had her little weed pen. So at first I was hesitant on taking it because I'm like, I never know what someone has and it's spooky ooky. But I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. We're already, it's already in my hand. Might as well. So I started hitting it and it was really nice. It was really good. So now, like, we both at this point are crossfaded. And it was just the best night, like the best date I've ever had thus far. And I've been plenty dates, you guys. Anyone who's been consistent on this podcast, y'all know the horror stories. We've come a long way. And this had to be one of like the best dates ever, because I'm like, oh my god, like it didn't feel awkward anymore, because I'm like, it would have been a really big horrible like awkward situation as if like we both are drunk and high and we still like we just don't have chemistry. That would have fucking sucked. But no, immediately as like we're drinking and as we're like crossfaded, I feel like we got more comfortable with each other. So it was a vibe. We were like dancing together and we're like both screaming to each other like the song lyrics, because the music choice was like phenomenal. Britney, they're playing Selena, like they're playing like all these iconic hits, and I'm like like for the first time, you guys, for the first time, I'm enjoying myself. If I don't even have the desire to pull out my phone and record everything. Like I've recorded a little bit of what happened on my night. So if you guys want to like, keep up with me, check my social medias in the description down below. It was just so much fun that I'm like, I don't even want to pull out my phone and record what's going on right now. Like I'm just going to live in the moment. It was so much fun. I'm like, oh my god. And then it was even more of a funny experience as her and I are crossfaded as hell. I didn't realize how early things close in Philly, because it was like everything closed at 2 and I'm like, dang, I was trying to be out all night, like all night. Like I was prepared and ready, but everything closed at 2 because she was like, we can go to a strip club or whatever. Like I was like, I'm down to do whatever. Like whatever the night wants from us, bitch, we'll do. And yeah, like ended up like everything was closing at 2, so that her and I were walking out, and we're gonna go chill at her apartment. And as we're heading back, we see this food truck and I'm like, girl, I'm hungry, the munchies are hitting. She's like, me too, but there's a line. I'm like, I know, but like it smells phenomenal. So we sit there. I kid you not, I feel like her and I are like entertaining ourselves and like having such a fun time that we're like, as we're getting our food finally, I realized 2 hours have passed. I'm like, no wonder. I'm like, because it's cold, by the way. It's cold. We're shivering, but like we're still enjoying each other's company. That it didn't matter. Like we were just giggling, like having the best time ever. And the food, you guys, it did break my keto diet. So could be a reason why I gained 2 pounds. I don't fucking know. But bitch, that food was very much worth me breaking my keto diet. It was like chicken and rice and other shit. I don't fucking know. I was lit. But it literally hit the spot. I'm like, this tastes like heaven in my mouth. Like, I really felt like I had a vacuum. I was like Kirby. Like all of it just went in my mouth when her and I came to her apartment. And she's like eating her food, very cute, very like, whatever. And I'm like, like it just went right in my mouth. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's so funny. It was so good. And after that, it was even more funny. Like it was even more hilarious over the fact that like we went to her room and she asked me to stay the night. I'm like, you know what? It'll be better because it's literally like 4:30 in the morning, and then me driving all the way back to like, New Jersey, like EHT, whatever. It's going to be a lot. So I'm like, I'll just stay here. Like, I trust you. So she grabs her iPad and she's like, you want to watch a movie or something? I'm like, sure. So she grabs her iPad and she puts it on her lap, and we're just sitting there like watching it. And when I say watching it, I mean like nothing sexual happened. But what made it hilarious was the fact that, like, I kid you not, 2 minutes like passed by and I'm knocked the fuck out. And she's knocked the fuck out. Like, we woke up, like, I think around like 6 or 7, and we realized the iPad was still going with the movies. And we both giggled and then we went back to sleep. And then it was like around 9 that I left. But I was cracking up. I'm like, girl, we didn't even watch the movie. And I chose like the movie Black Phone. And that's a really, really good movie if you haven't seen it. But it's like a really good movie, and I thought that was gonna be nice. Like, you know, I feel like I love putting a good thriller when you're on a date or just hanging out with someone, because it creates conversation and it's like a good vibe. But we both knocked out immediately as we put on that movie. So it was just so funny. But the night was amazing. I had so much fun, and she was like, I have to see you again. Like, this was so much fun. I'm like, absolutely. Like, next weekend, girl, we're going again. But I feel horrible that I, you know, came over so late. Like, if I had actually came earlier, I could have been, like, we both could have been bar hopping and, like, going to so many places, actually go to the strip club and, like, you know, do so much more. So I'm like, next weekend, like, I'm coming so much more earlier, so much more prepared. But this was fun regardless of, like, the circumstances. Like, I actually really did enjoy myself. And, yeah. It was like, you know, it was such a good time. And the thing that's actually really interesting is that she has her own OF. So she wants to do like a little collab, like little lingerie photos. She did ask to do like other things, but I'm still trying to see if I'm interested in doing that, because when it comes to my OF, I really just do love like taking photos, like sexy photos. Like, that's the main reason why I started it. Like, I know a lot of people started because they're like, I need money and whatever. Like, trust me, I don't need the money that damn bad. I just really do enjoy taking photos. I love lingerie. Like, it's a dream of mine to be a lingerie model. Like, so that's honestly the main reason why I started OF. And she has a really, you know, really big following. So she's like, Ali, like, if you want to take some photos and we tag each other and like do a little collab, we can. And I'm like, I'm down. Like, it will help me help you. Like, it would be a good time. So I'm really excited for that next weekend, and I'll keep you guys updated on all of that, because I definitely want to check out more bars or like clubs in Philly, because girl, they have nothing on these clubs over here, because it was just like, oh my god. And it's crazy because everyone on my Instagram story was sliding up like, Ali, don't gatekeep, like, where did you go, because all the clubs here are horrible. I had someone tell me, like, oh, when I went to New York, I had the same experience where the music was phenomenal. Like, here in Atlantic City, it's a fucking hot dog water. I'm like, what the hell are we listening to? Like, I feel like we're at a prom and they're just playing horrible music. Like, they had some cheap-ass DJ, like, literally playing music. It's so fucking annoying. And I'm like, no, this was so different. Like, they were playing some of the most iconic hits, and it's just like a gay bar, like a gay club. Like, everybody is, like, enjoying them. I literally was screaming lyrics with so many strangers. It was so much fun. Like, I'm like, I want to come here again. Like, this is probably gonna be my new natural habitat. Like, it was so much fun, and I definitely want to check out more places that are like pretty popular. And like, I don't know, I really do just love like club culture, which is gonna be my, you know, my little rant on why I hate like clubs nowadays. I feel like that's a big complaint. I've literally seen it go like trending on TikTok, where a lot of people are like, oh, club culture is dead, and I'm like, I 1000% agree. So it's not just my area that's struggling with this. Like, I feel like nowadays when it comes to club culture, it's like, I don't know if it's like the true scam where they're like, okay, the economy is shit, so let's play the worst music ever, so it forces people to want to drink more. Because when you're drunk, you could be literally playing the hokey pokey, whatever the fucking, like, whatever music, Twinkle Little Star, and you're gonna be bopping and having a good time. Like, when you're drunk, it doesn't matter what the fuck is being played. But honestly, like, I feel like the clubs here are so fucking annoying and awful. Like, the music is horrible. Like, the energy is just like, it's dead. Like, when I went to that club, I'm like, is this how it's supposed to feel like? Like, if this is how it's supposed to feel like, we have a problem. Like, this was so much fun. And like, it wasn't even just like the good music, it was everyone. Like, there was literally strangers just pointing at you, singing the lyrics, and you, like, you know, join with them, and it's a moment. Like, it's so much fun. Like, you feel connected with like strangers, with the music, and then the drinks are good, in my opinion. Like, I had such a good time. Like, don't even get me started on the clubs here. Like, not only is the fucking music horrible, but the drinks are obviously gonna be overpriced, but they're not even that fucking good. So that's how they make more money off of you. Like, okay, I'll need like 5 of these to even feel something, to listen to this fucking hot dog water music. Like, it's annoying. It's truly annoying. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I remember like in the early 2000s, a lot of celebrities, like even Kim would say the most, like, "Oh, I miss clubbing back then," because there wasn't any like cell phones. Paparazzi wasn't even big enough at that time, where it's like everyone was just like escapism was the thing, where everyone was just there to have a good time, connect with everyone, and like enjoy the music, dance, and have a good time. And I feel like that is so dead when it comes to club culture. I feel like now when it comes to like clubs, like people like everywhere I go, honestly, of course, I'm sure that that's never changed, where it's like, okay, like people need to take drugs, like people just want to hook up, whatever, like that part of club culture is annoying too, because like I love the part where it's like good music, where it's like, connected, we're enjoying each other, and if it does go down that route, okay, whatever. But it's like I hate when it's just so based on that. But I feel like that it's really based on like drinking so much to enjoy the music, or just seeing really attractive people and hooking up with them. I feel like that's the main point of like club culture nowadays, because of the fact that like there's really not much to enjoy anymore. And one could really argue that COVID did really change a lot when it comes to that, and I do agree, but I don't know. It could be cell phones. It could be so much, because there is people too, when they go clubbing, all they want to do is just be on their phone. Like that could be a thing as well. I don't know. Like I really do feel like COVID did play a huge role on like club culture and how it's dead. Like you would think, like I feel like a lot of people felt like when the like pandemic was lifted and it was like, whatever, that club culture was gonna be in an all-time like way, like an all-time high. Everybody and their dog was gonna be there because of the fact that we were like, quarantined for so long. But I feel like it just hasn't been the same. Like I really do feel that way. And it's truly like, I don't know. It's so interesting, like how things are. And I don't know. Like, definitely comment down below if you experienced that in your area with clubs, or other clubs that you just have gone to that are good or bad. But like, it was crazy. Like that, I didn't know clubs could be that fun. Like I just thought, okay, it's just what you see on TV. Like these people are privileged, they have so many things to like hand it to them for them to enjoy. Like I didn't think, oh my goodness, I can go to a club and there's such good music. I'm literally scream singing to lyrics to strangers and dancing with them and having such a good time. I didn't think that was possible. I really did not. Like that's the only club I ever went to that I had such a good time. Any other experience I had at clubs where I had a good time, bitch, I was fucking blacked out drunk or whatever. Like I feel like you had to be in order to enjoy your night in some capacity. Whereas here, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even start drinking yet and I'm having a good time. And I feel like that's how it should be. I don't know. Like club culture is very interesting now and it's dead, but like I wonder if this is like an issue with all clubs. What could be the solution here? Like fire and burn all the DJs, the horrible DJs down. Like, why are you guys playing horrible music? Like, are you being advised to? Like, hey, play these shitty songs so people are going to want to drink more so we can be richer. I don't know if that's the thought process here. Like, I need answers. Like, what is the fucking solution here? Because as a DJ, why the fuck would you want to play bad music? Like, it makes you look bad. Unless you're like, I'm only here for a check and I am getting paid a lot more if I play horrible music. I don't know. By the way, my roommate got me this cute Unhinged Diaries cup. My other one unfortunately broke. It was sitting on top of my freezer, and I think as she closed it, like it fell off my freezer and it shattered on the floor. And I was like, oh my gosh, like my ex-best friend got it for me, and I was just like, damn, I didn't have that much of an attachment to it. It was more like, damn, what am I gonna use now when I'm like, podcasting and I want to have a little drinky drink? And she actually, well, she didn't even have to. I told her, I don't care, it's not your fault, like it happens, whatever. It was a fucking probably a cheap ass cup, like whatever. But no, she got me this, and it's so cute. I love how it's like all like clear and cute, so you can actually see my drink. I don't even have a drink, honestly. It's just like it's flavored seltzer water, but yeah, it's really nice. I gotta start when I am finished with my keto diet. I can start drinking wine again. We're gonna be having a good time with that. But yeah, so that is that on club culture. Comment down below your thoughts and opinions on that, or any other, pros and cons to, today's club culture. Some things that are positive that come out of it, or so a lot more things that are negative that I haven't listed. Let me know. So now we gotta talk about Love is Blind season 6. Ugh, bitch. When I tell you, Like last season was like I couldn't even bear to even enjoy it. I don't even think when what was it after the altar. I didn't even watch it. I'm like y'all are annoying. Like this is like you guys. A lot of you guys did it for clout. Like it's like a lot of the characters are unlikable. I don't feel like any of the couples I resonated with or like enjoyed. Like it's just ugh. But this season, the tea, bitch, the tea. So if you haven't like kept up with all the drama, bitch, like there's just so much that I have like issues with this season, but it's like also entertaining. Like I live for the messy, like the messiness, because it makes you appreciate the art of it all. And one complaint I would truly say that I noticed and I have with this season is the fact that like a lot of people like what is your purpose of being on this show? Like I genuinely like please come onto my podcast and I can ask you to your face, what is like, are you doing it for a check? Like what is your purpose of being on this show? Because it's so hilarious, because it's like the show is called Love is Blind. You're trying to date someone without seeing their appearance so you can fall in love with someone's, morals and who they are personality wise, like beyond surface level shit. And it's like a lot of these guys are like, "Oh my god, I suck at dating. I can't find the one." But when I'm here, can you please describe like your appearance a little bit, because I appearance does matter to me. And I'm like, baby, you're on the wrong show. Like I was saying that like as well, I'm watching like my TV and I'm screaming it to my TV, like you're on the wrong show. Like go to Love's Island or some shit. Like you're on the wrong show. Why are you here talking about appearance at all if the whole concept of the show is to love someone beyond their appearance? The math is not mathing. I know I'm not that fucking good at math, but bitch, like 2 plus 2 must really equal triangle. Like I don't fucking get it. It does not make any type of sense. And don't even get me started on Clay. Clay. Oh my god, Clay has me so fucked up, because it's like he was just a walking red flag from the very jump. Like AD, I really do enjoy her, and we're gonna get to my thoughts. I'm gonna get to my thoughts and opinions about her, but their connection, it's interesting. It truly is interesting, and the fact that like one, there's a reason why a lot of your dating has been unsuccessful at Clay, and it's because you are too focused on the surface level shit instead of like trying to create a deep connection from within beyond surface level things, becoming more and more vulnerable. So I feel like as I saw him get vulnerable, I see him pulling back because he feels a bit rejected in some kind of way. Like when he found out that AD had another connection, he was acting like he was raising his voice at her, and I'm like, oh, I would have closed that door and left. And I'm like, I'm choosing my other connection. Thank God she didn't. We'll get to that in a second. Oh my gosh, but the way that he was speaking to her, I'm like, yeah, this explains a lot on why a lot of your relationship has fucking flopped. Like, you are a red flag. Like, you have an ego. Like, you very much give off the vibe of an ego where it's like, okay, if you feel rejected in some kind of way, you don't feel prioritized, communicate with that. Isn't that the whole point of falling in love with someone from deep from within, so you can feel vulnerable enough to be like, hey, let me communicate with them how I feel, because I feel comfortable to do so. Whereas if it's just a surface level connection, you're not going to feel comfortable doing that. Like, people are forgetting the concept of the show. I'm like, what? I'm living for the entertainment, but I'm like, dude, it's like, it's just interesting. And then with AD, I feel like a lot of people are giving her a lot of hate because they're like, oh my god, like, she found her connection with Clay, she ended up, spoiler alert, like choosing Clay, and people are saying she was seen flirting with people. I don't know. Like, for me, I just saw it as her being really friendly. And she was like having a genuine connection. She was having a genuine conversation with everyone. Like, I feel like the conversations, they weren't flirty. It's not like she was like, oh, I thought about you, I would have picked you. That's like the other seasons where like people are having like conversations with the people they talk to behind the like pause before they saw who they are. It's like they were really, really flirty, saying, oh, I would have chose you, or blah, 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 blah. That's inappropriate. But she was having genuine conversations with them. So I don't get the hate with her. I really don't. And I don't think that she was like being flirty. Like, if you're being complimented on your body, bitch, and she goes to the gym. She says, I go to the gym. Someone who it's coming from someone who goes to the gym as well. And someone's like, Allie, I just fat. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be gas as fuck. Like, what? Me? What? I would have been so happy. So like everyone like is dragging her on TikTok saying, oh my god, she was like flirting with like everyone. I'm like, no, I don't see it as that. Like, I really didn't interpret it as that at all. I'm like, oh, she's just having a conversation with them. It's the man. There's this one man, Jimmy, fucking the Grinch that stole Christmas, Jimmy. Like, he was very much flirting with her. Like, he was complimenting her body too much in front of his girl on top of that. So I'm like, no. Like, I feel like the problem should be directed towards Jimmy, not AD. She's accepting a compliment. I don't know. That's my take on that. What are your guys' thoughts on that? But yeah, now talking about Jimmy. Jimmy, he's another walking red flag. He really does look like Jeepers Creepers, and he's really out here talking about appearance matters. Does it not apply to you? Like, like, I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but it's like, dude, like, it really do be the men that really look like the craziest, that are like, oh my God, appearance matters. Like, I need you to like be like this, like that, like this, like that. But I'm like, dude, you don't, can you even acquire that? Are you even like deserving of that? I'm like, what? It's just insane. And the way that he treated Jessica, and her statement on, you're going to need an EpiPen for when you realize what you lost, is everything, because she's beautiful. And I really do feel like he wasn't interested in her because of the fact that she had a daughter. The moment she vocalized that she has a 12-year-old I think it was 12-year-old or 9-year-old. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry, I had a burp. But the moment she vocalized that she has a daughter, like, he was just looking at her differently. And I noticed it immediately, and I'm like, eyebrow raise, like, side eye. Like, what's wrong with that? Like, that's something you should be open to when you're going on Love is Blind. Like, there could be someone with kids. There could be someone with, who was married, and their partner, was deceased. Like, there could be so many circumstances. You have to be open-minded to that. And it's his right if he's not interested in that. But it's just like, you can very much tell that he's just very surface level, which is like, dude, you guys are Love is Blind. You can't be surface level. I can't think of her name right now. I'm horrible with fucking names. But that girl who says she looks like Megan Fox, it's like, you can tell, like, the way that she said that, like, oh my God, people say that I look like MGK's, like, his girlfriend or wife, whatever. I'm pretty sure they're married, his wife, whatever. And he was like, Megan Fox. Like, you can tell, like, he instantly got way more interested in her. And oh my goodness, when they, said yes to each other and they ended up seeing each other, you can see the disappointment in his face. I would have literally requested my coffin right then and there. Like, if I was her, like, I need my coffin right in front of me ASAP, and I need to do a backflip in it, because, like, there's no way this man just gave me that look looking at me. Like, no, like, that is crazy. You could tell he was disappointed. Even in his confessional, he was like, she definitely lied about saying that she looked like Megan Fox. And I'm like, and everyone's saying that she looks like Natalie Nunn is crazy. Like, y'all ain't shit. Oh my gosh. But that was crazy to me. She very much gives me pick me vibes as well. And I don't know, like, I just didn't like her energy. Like, I really do feel like, I've seen someone say this, and I honestly, in a way, agree. Where I do follow this Love is Blind page on Facebook. Oh my gosh, that's so sad. I literally followed a Love is Blind page on Facebook so I can, like, literally interact with people, because I'm like, I need to talk about this with someone because this is so insane. But I saw someone say that they felt like she chose Jimmy over Trevor, which we'll get to Trevor in a second, because she felt like Jessica's so beautiful and she was very interested in Jimmy, and she wanted to take that from, like, a beautiful girl. Like, she felt like she was feeling herself. And she very much gives off very, very insecure vibes, which, to play devil's advocate, she does come across way, way, way more insecure on, the following episodes after they said yes to each other. But I do feel like it's because of him. Like, it's not like it's out of nowhere and he's not doing anything. Like, he really does give you a reason to be insecure, but you also have to be secure in yourself and be like, goodbye. Like, you ain't it. Like, you ain't it. Like, you do not have to settle for that girl. You do not have to settle for the Grinch that stole Christmas. You do not. But it's been like, I don't know. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. And Trevor, girl, when it was so fucked up that he came into the room ready to propose to her, like, and everything. And she's like, I choose Jimmy. I'm gonna stop you right there. I choose Jimmy. And he's like, well, what if I came in here, guns blazing, and told you how I felt? Would that make you change your mind? And she's like, I choose Jimmy. And I'm like, this man is a Trevor, if you're watching this, like, dude, I'm like, bitch, I want Trevor. Like, you know what? Thank you for letting him be single because I'm manifesting him. Like, girl. Like, the way that he literally asked you, so you mean to tell me you're gonna choose someone who's in, like, was considering another person compared to someone who's all about you and is ready to dedicate themselves to you? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, bitch, you deserve what happens to you. How fucking dare you, okay? Trevor was ready to give you the world. He is scrumptious, girl. And he would not even make you feel insecure in any kind of way. He probably would have, like, helped you feel so comfortable and secure. Because, like, he just marks me as someone that's like that. I'm like, girl, disappointment. But you know what, Trevor? My DMs are open. So, with that being said, now we gotta talk about fucking Matthew and AD. The plot twist was insane. When he first, like, you know, was on the show and we saw, like, his first impression, I was like, this man is giving psychopath. Like, he's giving, like, the Jeffrey Dahmer vibes of, like, out of touch of, like, not out of touch of reality, but, like, unaware. Like, unaware that you sound fucking awkward as shit, and it's just, like, awkward and weird. Like, he very much gave off that vibe. But when he started talking to AD, I'm like, wait, like, he's actually really charming and really funny. I'm like, you guys started crying. And even my cousin said she almost started crying. No, I actually started crying. Because I'm like, oh my God. Like, maybe there's a hope, you guys. A man don't suck. Like, he was so, like, you see him come more and more comfortable with, like, opening up. Because at first he's like, I don't want to open up. Love is this and this and this and that. And then as he starts talking to AD more, he becomes more and more open. And I'm like, they need to be together. Like, what? Like, he is so sweet. So, like, you know, he's becoming vulnerable. We're seeing a whole new side of him that's so beautiful. And then out of nowhere, AD finds out that he was saying everything that he was saying to her to someone else. And then he fucking leaves. I'm like, AD, you probably dodged a bullet. He probably would have, like, took all of your animals and your pets. Like, who fucking knows? Like, he probably is a psychopath, and maybe you really, like, the universe was on your side. Who fucking knows what you just dodged? But girl, like, that was crazy. Like, no one is talking about that enough. Like, that was the craziest plot twist ever. I was like, insane. It was insane. And all the other couples, I really don't, like, I don't know if there's truly a couple that I see truly compatible. I feel like it's too soon to tell. Like, there's someone I'm like, okay, like, we'll have to, like, continue to see through that couple where they want to be like, they want to wait till, like, they get married to, like, have sex or be more intimate. I think they have a possibility of, you know, making it to the altar and saying yes to each other. But everybody else, it's either too soon to tell or it's hell no. I don't know, you guys. It's a lot of drama. It's messy, and I just cannot wait for the next episode. And bitch, we're all gonna talk shit about it, okay? So make sure to click that subscribe button down below so we could fucking you could be kept up when the episode comes, and we're gonna talk together. So I don't have to go to the this Facebook page and find strangers on the internet to talk to about it. I want to talk to you guys, okay? That basically wraps up today's podcast episode or diary entry. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening. If you're listening to this on Spotify, make sure to give it a 5-star rating. Bitch, the lights, it needs to stay on some way, shape, or form. So help a girl out, okay? I'd appreciate it so much. And if you're watching this on the podcast YouTube channel, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below your thoughts and opinions on club culture, your thoughts if you think it's negative or a bad thing. If you think it's a bad thing, or if it got worse or if it got better, I want to hear your thoughts all about it. And your thoughts and opinions on Love is Blind, that season. What couple you think is going to actually go through the altar? Who isn't? What other predictions do you have for the season? But I love you guys so much. Oh yeah, also make sure to click that subscribe button up below if I haven't said it already, because I want to set a goal that I want to reach at least 500 subscribers by the end of March. So girlies, gays, in the days, please help a girl out. Like, I'm manifesting it. I noticed when I didn't set a number, like, I felt like when I set the number of like 100 subscribers, I felt more motivated. Like, when there's like an actual number you see and you want to like get to it, it motivates you more. So 500, you guys, is the goal. So make sure to comment down below. Fucking share it to your grandma, your dog, your ancestors, bitch, everybody. I love you guys so much though, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next diary entry. Bye bye.